name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. And ring the little bell, so you're notified when new videos drop. It's a new week. Well, for me, it's a new week. Here in Israel, the week starts on Sunday. We don't get Sundays off. We get Fridays and Saturdays, because Saturdays is the Jewish Sabbath. So yeah, so for us, it's a whole new week today. Sunday's a Monday, and I have to tell you, this is a little aside. I am feeling a bit rough this morning. I won't lie to you. Saturday is Sabbath. Yeah, and you normally have these like big family meals. Since the pandemic, people haven't been going over to each other's houses. They normally have meals together, like you would invite another family, they'll come eat with you. So this was the first time you had people over in, like, I don't know, 18 months, 2 years, and my wife is like, she likes to cook. It's not good for me. She likes to cook. She's a very, very, natural hostess. I would say, and she's from the south of America, not South London or South England. She's from South America, so she got her full Southern belle on. For lunch, she made just like this, so much insanely good food. Like the appetizer was like these waffles, these like sweet waffles with fried chicken fingers on them, drizzled in maple syrup and bourbon. I mean, like, it was like a bit of cayenne pepper. And that was just the appetizer. It just went like, there was fried chicken, there was mashed potato, there was, oh my God, she made biscuits, American Southern biscuits, not like, McVitie's, which had like, oh my God, and these, she loves to make biscuits. These, like, some of the best she's ever made. They were light, they were flat. Hey, this morning, I ate way too much. Okay? What can I tell you? I've given you a slither of what was on the menu. I ate way too much. I've been in the bathroom quite a lot over the last 5 hours. I've been doing quite a good impersonation of a soft serve ice cream machine. Just so much poo. Just so much. So I hope I can get through this video without soiling myself, which might actually happen because this is a doozy. This one is a doozy. The reaction to Jodie Whittaker and Christian leaving Doctor Who continues, and it continues to be a bizarre one and a strange one. We have most of the mainstream legacy media going, it was always awful. What were you talking about? After like really saying it was the greatest thing ever for the last 3 or how many bloody years it was. Saying it was always awful, and it was just, what can you do? So now we got some apologetics. Honestly, I have so many articles to go over. I can't cover them all. Right? I was going to do, what was it, the stupidest ideas for season 14. I might do that tomorrow. Right, but somebody sent me this one. It's even better. Again, it's an embarrassment of riches, baby. An embarrassment of riches. Fine, so we're going to read this article in a minute. Can you hit the like button? That'd be freaking awesome. Can you hit the share button and the subscribe button? Like, I think just go for the trifecta of awesome. Like, share, subscribe. If you're subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube haven't been taking subscribers off me for the last, I would say, 5 days, which is incredible. Or maybe they have, or maybe I just have a lot more subscribers because I'm going up and up and up. So if you can consider hitting the subscribe button, that's really helpful. Honestly, that's really helpful. Comment, let me know what you think. And I got so many comments to reply to. Oh my God! Again, I'm offline for the Sabbath, so it's like 25 hours. And they just build up. I got like 100 comments to reply to right now. And so it's going to take me like a good solid 2 hours. But it's an important solid 2 hours because, it's time well spent. Because honestly, connecting with you, the audience, is the most important thing about YouTube. If you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel, and I would recommend it, this is one of the great things where I don't feel I'm in competition with anyone. I think the more people starting channels, and also channels with different voices, different ideas, the better it is for all of us, right? I just like independent thought, independent ideas, independent channels. Go listen. It's easy to do, mate. Easy. If you think of starting a channel, get in contact with me. I will tell you everything you need to do. And help you out any way I can. If you have a new channel you started, you want to come on mine and promote it, let me know. I'm up for anything, baby. I'm up for anything. Well, just about anything. So like, share, subscribe, comment. Oh, and also go check out my Indiegogo, which hopefully is going to print this week. This week, baby. I just got so much work to do on that as well. Oh my God. They get there's this thing. I sent it to the printers. They said, oh, if you do this, it'll be a little bit better. And so it's like a 2-3 minute job on the file for each page of the book, which is like, of the books, there's like 350 pages, and so I'm plowing through it, and I could ignore it, right? I could ignore it, and nobody would really notice, but I want it to be, I can't put something out if it's not as good as it can be. I mean, that's really my bottom line. I just can't put something out if it's not as good as it can be. What am I putting out? Biblical Bible stories, Ancient Creatures, Rashness Road, 220 pages long. I wrote and drew it, and if I may say, I did quite a good job. I did quite a good job. I think I can recommend this one. It's very, very biblically accurate. It's not preachy in any way, so I hope not to offend or alienate anyone. Actually, I really don't mind if I offend people. Yeah, we're too scared of offending people in today's world. But like, share, subscribe. No, I'm in the wrong thing. No, go check it out. You see, here's the trouble with doing an Indiegogo. You do just get caught in like your loops. Okay, so yeah, go check this out. Also check this one out, The Imperium, A Love Letter to the Telefax in the 1960s. As I said, going to print really soon, 105 pages long. I just can't wait to get this to go to print because I got other things to move on in life. And then we got, you get all these extras, the extras by Dominic Ratcho, who does the art. He did the art. But listen, I plug it every bloody day, okay? Every bloody day, at least 2 videos. So go check it out. And let's check this out instead. Jodie Whittaker never really had a chance at Doctor. Bullshit! I am calling bullshit big time on this one. Yeah, shit, what the hell? She had every single chance in the freak. I haven't read this article yet, but I don't know what their argument is. But she had every single chance in the freaking world, right? Everything. I was on board for her. Most of fandom was on board for her. Most of the bloody country was on board for her. You know, like I was talking last week about the thing called unconscious bias. This is what the crazy people who like Chris Chibnall really believe that if you're a white person, you have an unconscious bias that makes you want to not be nice or fair to anybody not white, right? And especially, I mean, and not white men, right? White men nearly as bad. I don't know how it works on the progressive stuff, but and they say there's no control of it. The only way we can do this is slowly re-educate you over a period of 20 years. That's why we've got to put all these talking points in all your TV. But what disproves that? What disproves that women are a maligned minority, that are pushed down by the evil white male patriarchy is well, the data, quite frankly. Firstly, you can't be a minority if there's more of you. I think there's more women than men, right? So that's the first thing. You're a majority. Secondly, look at the viewing data. It started off 11.5 million, the largest audiences they had in I think over a decade. The British public were on board with her, and she had every freaking chance, in the world, and she blew it. That's the problem. Her and Christian were just blew it. They blew it because they wanted to go. They wanted to like lecture you. Go, hey, you can either say plants so you can wreck them. Isn't that right, Greta? You know, they wanted to do that, and what they really wanted to do is be lazy. Be lazy and write boring-ass TV shows that didn't engage people, that were too busy lecturing. Jodie is known as a lecturing moron. That's basically how she comes across. What other doctors have been lecturing? I mean, like, Hartnell, no. Troughton, no. But Pertwee a little bit. But, like, you know, he would shut up. He wouldn't continue. He wouldn't have that smug lecturing look. Tom Baker never lectured. Peter Davison, Colin Baker, a little lecturing, a tiny bit. Sylvester McCoy, no. Paul McGann, no. Eccleston, no. David Tennant, totally not. Capaldi, Matt. No, lecturing. This is the first person who's been a boring lecturer. You know, I mean, well, Capaldi was a lecturer in season 10, obviously, but didn't look like a boring one. Looked like quite an interesting one. So let's read their bullshit, right? Let's read their bullshit. This is from the Gamer magazine, written by Stacey Henley. Good for you, Stacey. Whittaker played the role, but a variety of factors made her an unlucky 13th. Yeah, okay. The number one factor was Chris Chibnall. Chris Chibnall was absolutely useless at his job. The number two factor is Jodie Whittaker. Jodie Whittaker getting no direction and not knowing, and like not having the nonce to work out. Maybe I should watch some Doctor Who. I don't know. It's like a 6-year-old show. Maybe I should check it out and find out what it is. No, because you know, I remember in an interview he said, well, there's no real way you can point a sonic screwdriver. You go, no, well, why is it so unconvincing by you? I mean, even this picture, it doesn't look like she believes it's actually a tool. right? She looks like she thinks it's a magic wand. And that's kind of what's going on in her head, because I think was it Philip Hinchcliffe said Doctor Who is the show that finds you out. Like, it's the one that lays all your weaknesses to bear. So we found out Chris Chibnall can't write, and we found out Jodie Whittaker not very smart. Bottom line, she's just not that smart. Probably that's why she plays the Doctor as a moron. So Jodie Whittaker's legacy, Doctor Who legacy, was written before she even stepped onto screen. Could have been fantastic. I'm sorry. It says so much goodwill. As the first female Doctor, whether she was a dismal failure or a thunderous success, she would be known chiefly as the first female Doctor. That's your fault, right? That's the fault of you crazies that focus on our identity, on these, unmutable, is it unmutable? Unchangeable character traits. Yeah, that's because you all focus on it. I just watched Suicide Squad, and I'm recording my review of that next. There are some real great moments of cinematic greatness in this book. I want to specifically talk about Harley Quinn, and it's one of the best cinematic portrayals of Harley Quinn, and she's a great character for several reasons. One, she is flawed; she's a psychopath. That's always important, to be able to put flaws into your character, and they can't do that on female characters. But the other thing is, her greatness wasn't based on denigrating men, right? She was just great because she's great. She wasn't in competition with anyone. She wasn't going to say, "See, girls can do it for themselves." There was none of that dialogue or attitude going on. And normally with Whittaker's Doctor and Discovery, most of this mind-numbing, boring pap, it's always got the "see, sisters can do it too," and then they universally can't in the examples they're citing. As a first female Doctor, she was 100. She would also be known she was the first female Doctor. Everything else is secondary. That's because you made it everything else secondary, right? And because everything else was secondary, it was all garbage. As newcomer Whittaker will be stepping down from the role, it's a perfect time to look back on what she accomplished. Unfortunately, she never really had a chance. You are full of shit. You are full of shit, mate. The Doctor is a difficult role to play. Yes, you need to have an intelligent, talented actor to play the role. I agree with you. While ostensibly it is a different character in every reincarnation, audiences inevitably compare the ones that came before. There is a through line, right? There is some similarity between the different incarnations. They do this with the Master. They do this with the Meddling Monk. They have these basically. Meddling Monk, for example. Meddling Monk, we first met him, Peter Buttersworth, kind of like is it Butterworth? Yeah, kind of like a bit of a time and space Arthur Daly, right? A bit of a Del Boy, a bit of a chancer, bit of a conman, right? Basically, a gregarious. A gregarious, what's the word I'm looking for? Charismatic con man, right? And so Rufus Hound playing him on Big Finish. That's essentially how he plays him, and it's a through line that ties the character together. The through line for Doctor Who is an anti-authoritarian authority, and I thought of this a couple of weeks ago, and I listen. I just think I'm right, okay? That's the through line for the guy, an anti-authoritarian authority. Jodie Whittaker is a massive authoritarian. She's a conformist. She's one of the blue check marks. She's one of the ultimate conformists. It's funny. I saw a video of this morning of a Christian prayer group outside somewhere in I don't know, being broken up and all their loudspeakers being smashed by Antifa. It looked to me exactly like the brown shirts in the 1930s in Germany, like exactly the same. This is the side that Whittaker's on, right? She is one of the most ultimate conformists, and also a moron. She never, what's going on? Ooh, I don't know. Oh, look, it's a space bunny. I mean, like, she's just, and again. It's not like me writing. It's me writing it, is it? No, it's not me writing it. It's them. This is everything they chose. Okay, they've chosen to do. Unfortunately, she never really had. She had every freaking chance. A difficult writing. Well, ostensibly a different every kind of. Well, that's your first mistake. Audiences inevitably compare the ones that went before. Yeah, and that she was the shittest. That was a bad comparison for her. I agree with you. In regard to Whittaker, in that regard, Whittaker did well. No. No, again, she was basically accepted from her first appearance, and then it was the terrible quality of the scripts and the performances that really, like, slowly but surely forced away the audience and turned Doctor Who into the show that was a joke. That was, the 2020 version of Crossroads. That's something that was just reviled and laughed at. Again, nobody else did. This was not an evil white male patriarchal plot. This is people looking at your show with an open mind and going, "This is shit. I'm bored. Leave me alone." Click. That's what it was. Excellent rebooted the series with a down-to-earth demeanor, while Tennant was more classic, charismatically bursting with enthusiasm and dry. But I want to say classic. I think Matt Smith was much more classic. It was more of a. I think Tennant was a new spin that didn't contradict what went before. Kind of like when we saw The Deadly Assassin, Robert Holmes rebooted, as it were, the Time Lord Society. Right, and it without changing what went before, but without contradicting what went before, gave it an entirely new and very, very contemporary spin. I think that was Tennant. Matt Smith followed it up with a much softer, sillier version of Doctor Who. That was much. That was the most classic one, I think. Yeah, I would love to see. Like a Matt Smith story where he's fighting the toy maker or something like eternal like that. And reality is shifting, and suddenly the screen changes, and he's in a black and white Troughton-esque episode, and he would just fit perfectly, right? They go back to those black and white, so I think it would just fit perfectly because he was such a traditional Doctor. Version of Doctor, happy to play the Fool. Finally, he was succeeded by Capaldi, my personal favourite of the modern leads, who took the Doctor on an eccentric, sarcastic, more brusque and ruthless direction. You should really try out Tom Baker. You'll probably like him then. Whittaker found a wholesome niche between each of these as a light-hearted tinkerer who acts and sounds naive, but actually prefers to kill them with kindness. What does that mean? She acts naive because she is naive, and I assume that she doesn't know. So she doesn't know what to do because she doesn't know what to do, right? It wasn't like Matt Smith or Troughton, who like pretended to be an idiot to get past the bad guy's defenses. No, she was just an idiot, right? First thing she did, blow up the TARDIS and then spat out. Well done, TARDIS. What's the kill them with kindness mean? I don't know. I like how she hasn't killed her companions is beyond me. Her Doctor was good and she was great playing it. Okay, well, thank you for your opinion. It's an idiot one that doesn't match up the facts at all. But never mind. Even idiots are allowed opinions in this strange world we live in. I'd argue she was the most likable Doctor ever. Really? Because most people didn't like her. Right? Most people found her, and if you have to use the correct psychological term. Again, this is deeply rooted in university level psychological study. But if I was to describe a personality trait, she'll be a lecturing cunt. Right? That's who she is, a lecturing cunt, a Karen from hell. That didn't strike me as likable at all. Like, what's likable about her? It's beyond me. It's beyond me. By the way, another article we've got to look at are the best episodes of Jodie Whittaker. I mean, like, how? How can I not do a video on that? Fine. And she's only the third Doctor after McGann and Tennant to be nominated for a Saturn in the iconic role. Yeah, that's because she has a vagina. That's entirely because she was a woman, right? That's entirely because she was a woman, and nothing to do with her ability or her success in it. Like, I'm reminded of comic book artist Max Versaggio. Another thing I got to do a video on. Max Versaggio had a meteoric career in comics, an absolute meteoric career. Max Versaggio has transitioned. Used to be a bloke, now is a lady. Didn't have much success as a bloke, but once Mags became a lady, had the most incredibly strong comic book career ever. She was getting but she was getting like 10, 15 book deals, like after one, after another, after another, after another. Weirdly enough, all her books tanked. They did very, 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 very badly, right? They did very badly, and she instantly got a Netflix deal, a Hollywood deal. They made a sci-fi channel TV series out of one of her awful books that nobody read. And now the comic book industry is essentially over. They can't really afford dead weight, which is what they were, and she basically only got this work. She got the plaudits, the awards, whatever, because of her identity. Same with Jodie Whittaker here. I'm sorry, she didn't get a Saturn Award because she was great in the role. She got a Saturn Award because she has a vagina, right? It's basically if she won it, she should just give it to her vagina, because that's what won it. Nothing else. She did well despite being destined to be remembered for a gender first and a performance second. Again, entirely your fault. Entirely your decision. That's not the way I look at the world. That's the way that you weird creep weirdos. Weird creep weirdos? I guess that's what we're going to go with. Weird creep weirdos. Weirdo creep weirdos? That sounds work as well. Look at the world. The problem is nothing really came together for her. Oh, how can that be? That sounds so weirdly coincidental that nothing came together. Maybe she had to, actually deliver, and she was unable to do it. Which is, I think, I think the issue that they're looking at. She was unable to deliver. The Had Been Capaldi and Jodie Whittaker was the least cohesive. It had been since the reboot. Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant shared Billy Piper's Rose as an assistant, just as Matt Smith and Capaldi toured the galaxy with Jenna Cole's Clara. Yes, again, whose choice was this? You are a product of the choices that you made, and these choices were all Chris Chibnall's. Chris Chibnall said, "Let's throw out everything! Everything! Who cares? We'll keep the TARDIS in maybe, but we'll make it look like a cheap disco that you don't want to go to from the mid-90s, right?" So that's the plan. And we're getting rid of all the writers, all the Murray Gold, and you got to love it. It's going to be the best as ever because she's got that magic vagina. Look, the Saturn gave her a nomination because of her magic vagina. It was said, by the way, that lame people would go to Jodie Whittaker's vagina, and it would bestow upon them blessings, and it would cure people. It has been said that Jodie Whittaker's vagina has been known to make blind people see. I mean, that's how good Jodie Whittaker's vagina is. I mean, you can't underestimate that vagina. So really, why would she need a companion to hold over? But again, so you made a bunch of decisions, right? This person made a bunch, and they're going, well, they didn't work out well. She never had the chance. Well, then don't make self-destructive decisions. Smith and Tennant had no clear connection, while Smith's doctor meeting Karen, Jill, and Amy in the first episode, but the tone of the episodes were extremely similar between the two leads. Smith and Tennant are arguably the most like modern leads anyway. You mean that Moffat basically listened to what Russell T Davies did and continued that with his own spin, rather than throwing everything out and then go, we never had the chance. Oh, they just let us do what we wanted, and what we wanted was silly. Yeah, well done. With Whittaker most diametrically opposed to Capaldi, everything was different. Yeah, the biggest difference between Capaldi was that she was shit. And Capaldi has such an intelligent portrayal, like such an incredibly intelligent portrayal where, which is familiar, was it, I can't remember the name, the Dalek two-parter. I love that. I love that two-part. I genuinely love. I don't like Davros opening his eyes at the end. I think Davros was supposed to not have eyes. I think that made him much more. So whatever. My headcanon didn't really like that. But if you watch it, it's absolutely incredible. And just pause it, you get micro expressions. Like he has a bit of a Troughton micro expression, or a Davison, or a Pertwee, or Tom Baker. Absolutely incredible. Just an incredible performance. Incredibly intelligent performance. Aha! And that's the difference. That Capaldi is a smarter actor. Bottom line, because I think he's a smarter human being. The modern Doctor Who was initially led by Russell T Davies before Stephen Moffat took over. There are differences in styles, but their two are very similar writers. Again, yes, they understand that Doctor Who is Doctor Who, and they should really probably keep Doctor Who to be like Doctor Who, right? Chibnall wasn't so much of that. The cruelest critics might even accuse Moffat of repeatedly in trying to capture Davis's magic. I would no. I think they were qualitatively different, right? I think those eras were really, really different. I love the Matt Smith era. I mean, I do. It's yeah, but it was very, very, very Moffat-y. Regardless, to be fair, it's fair to say they shared a vision of what Doctor Who was. Chris Chibnall took over from Moffat when Whittaker arrived, was completely different. Best known for a murder mystery series, Broadchurch, in which Whittaker starred as a grieving mother, which is her wheelhouse, right? That's what Whittaker can do. She can be a mother, she can be a girlfriend, she can be a wife. She basically, she if ever she tries to pass the Bechdel test, she's going to come up with shit. Basically, yeah, that's it. There's some people who are able to pass the Bechdel test and be able to produce a performance, and there's Jodie Whittaker, who's not, right? She is, I'm just doesn't have the chops. I'm sorry. Maybe she does. I haven't seen it, and I've been watching it quite closely. He brought a new direction to the series. Yeah, a direction that has failed utterly. A direction that could be reasonably described as being shit. Okay? Being absolutely shit. Another way of describing the direction, unpopular. Another way of describing the direction, failed. I don't know, there's many ways you can describe it. None of them complimentary. Broadchurch. At the same time, about as final said, Pearl Mackie Bill was cut, and the 3 new ones were brought in, each with its own dynamics to establish alongside introducing the 13th, who needed to emerge from the burden of being the first female Doctor. Yeah, you're telling us how they failed through making their own choices. Yes, they failed through their own choices. I understand, and let's be honest. None of the companions really established a personality other than Bradley Walsh, and that was just because Bradley Walsh had a personality, right? Tosin Cole wasn't able to act himself out of sucking his thumb, and Mandy Kill is just like I don't understand. I do not understand at all what on earth they're thinking with Mandy Kill, right? Like, why does everybody keep saying she's the bestest ever? It's again because it's written by political weirdos that can't say anything bad about a woman. Therefore, you make boring characters. Aside from the fact, Widow as a character would always be the first woman. Again, you keep banging on this stupid choice that you made. I don't think that in itself held her back too much. No, it's an incredible lack of ability instead that held her back too much. There have been complaints that Doctor Who was getting woke, but I mean, it's Doctor Who. I understand. They always say, "What is it? It's always been woke." I don't understand. This is just silly. Doesn't make any sense. Well, what really? Listen. There's an expression called "get woke, go broke." You went broke, and we're saying you got woke. So maybe you want to try it together. Yes, Doctor Who has always been political. Doctor Who has always had a kind of a lefty slant, but it's always been an entertainment first rather than a platform first. And honestly, if the entertainment quality wasn't high enough, they would say this isn't good enough, and this. That's the crushing truth. Yeah, I understand. You think Jodie Whittaker's vagina is magic. It's stunning. It's brave. It can do anything. It can't overcome boring scripts. It just can't. I'm sorry. I've seen people express fears that sequels to Alien, District 9, Captain America, and The Matrix will be woke. Yeah. Listen, well, District 9. Yeah, we everything made in 2020, 21 will be woke. Yeah, because it's made by people who are woke, who are insane, who are literally insane. I think, are just detached from reality. So I know, no matter how obvious you make your symbolism, it will always be too subtle for some. What? So you're saying? Wait. You're saying that's a contradictory statement. I'm just trying to get my head around it for a second. They're saying that you make your symbolism very, very obvious, which we're saying. You're making a symbolism very obvious, which is why we're saying it's woke. We're not saying it's not too subtle. We're saying it's too obvious. We agree, right? Is it too subtle for you? I don't understand your point. That seems to be an agreement. I know. Still, I doubt many avid Doctor Who's around throw the remotes at the TV screen when the magic being from beyond the stars, whose body routinely transforms, wasn't a bloke for the first time in 13 go-arounds. Yeah, because that didn't happen. That's exactly right. That didn't happen. So why are you pretending? Why are you pretending that happened? No, what happened was nobody cared that she was a woman. In fact, people were on board for it. Remember? Look at the viewing figures. Viewing figures prove you wrong. And then they said, "Oh, this is woke garbage," and turned off. I don't understand your train of thought. Can you explain it to me? I bet you can't actually, but I'd love it. Look in the comments. Can you try and work out what their train of thought is? Because it's beyond me at this point. Criticism of the political direction as a whole has more footing. Okay, in Chibnall's first season, he gave us Rosa Parks, a Trump parody, and a side story about a male pregnancy. Yeah, and just to be clear, the Rosa Parks story, and again, I can't believe I missed this. I'm going to say this every time we talk about Rosa, they go, "Oh, Rosa's so good." The plot of Rosa was a man from the 50th century went back in time to the 1950s to stop Rosa Parks not refusing to give up a seat on the bus and start the what do you want to call it? The equity movement, whatever it was, emancipation. Well, I don't know, whatever what do you want to call it? Because if that had not happened, 30 centuries later, black people wouldn't be so uppity. And that's the plot, okay? That I didn't write it. It's them. I don't know. It just seems like the worst thing ever to me. Yeah, Trump sorry about Mayor Reagan. None of these seem to be done with any purpose, reason, or ideas behind them. Well, the purpose was to tell people what to think, to social engineers. The tone of the episodes often darker and less hopeful than Doctor Who is typically, have clashed heavily with with Whittaker's more cheery rendition of the hero. That is true. So again, you're saying they made shit, and that's why they didn't have a chance. Who was it? The evil white male patriarchy that forced them to make shit? Because that's a weird point of view to have, isn't it? That is a weird point of view to have. Rendition of the hero, and calling a hero isn't really that accurate. If they weren't fishing aimlessly for satire, relevance, or attempting to be edgy, they were daft. Again, so how is this Whittaker not having a chance? She's having a chance, and this is how she failed the chance rather than had the chance, right? There's 2 episodes of Smith's reign unconnected, aside from the fact both are bloody stupid and occur one after the other. The first is called Dinosaurs on Spaceship, written by Chris Chibnall. Is about, well, take a guess. The second is a town called Mercy, where Smith is a sheriff going up against a cyborg cowboy. Mercy, Mercy at least tries to answer some poignant questions about war and revenge. Whittaker's... Okay, what's this got to do with anything, right? What the hell's got... Okay. Whittaker's run features daft silliness like this all the time, okay? While they suit her pretty well, they don't suit Chibnall. They don't ask any intelligent questions, and they give far too much time to the assistants. Again, how is this Whittaker not having a chance? Okay. Bradley Walsh is great as comedic relief, but if you want him to star, cast him as the Doctor. Don't constantly write for him and shuffle Whittaker off the side. Oh, so I get it. They're saying that she never had a chance because Chris Chibnall screwed her over. Yeah, okay, but here, this is the thing. We have this idea in Judaism, this phrase called Ein Shiliach B'Davar Avera. There is no what's the word? Messenger. You can't say there's no messenger in terms of doing a sin. right? If you do a sin, if somebody tells you to do a sin, you have done a sin. You have chosen to do what that person has told you to do. He may con you, right? He may con you. He may, like, we have this idea that speaking badly about somebody is bad, right? So one guy may go up to another and say, yeah, this third person, he said this about you, and he might be lying his ass off. So the second person he goes to now believes this person is bad, right? He said bad stuff about him, and he will go and say, he's still the one speaking badly, right? Again, Jodie Whittaker was given the script. She acted the script. She chose to do these scripts. She approached the scripts with little thought, right? And it failed. Yeah, if you say she didn't have a chance because both her and Shomron are brainless morons who have no ability. Fine, we all agree, mate. We all agree. I don't think that's what you're saying. Jodie Whittaker will go down as one of the most important castings in this series' history. When you consider how influential and iconic the Doctor is, it's arguably one of the most relevant and progressive pieces of casting since Patterson Jones as the black actor overlooked, despite being a favourite for the role of the 11th Doctor. Still feels like a missed opportunity taken today. That because Moffat cast, and I know they hate hearing this, the best person for the role. Matt Smith walked in and he blew it away. He blew it away, and he came up with a Doctor that nobody saw coming, and it was fantastic. Whittaker has proven that a woman can fill Doctor shapes. No, she's proven that, if anything, she's proven that it failed. Right? I think that's being reasonably harsh to her. I think a woman could pull off this role, but I think you've got to acknowledge it's a masculine role. A woman still good, but it's never going to happen. Right? I think she's proven that it's not a feminine role, and it's going to be hard for a woman to play it. Even the biggest critics of recent seasons tend to point to her as a bright spark. No, we don't. Still, we always wonder what Russell T Davies would have done with Jodie Whittaker role. Not cast her, right? Not cast her. He had the chance to cast a woman. He had a chance to cast Whittaker. He couldn't have cast anybody like. He didn't. And the only reason she was cast because it was fashionable. And that was really why. Because Jodie Whittaker's vagina was fashionable. Because vaginas were fashionable. Because there was this lie going through the Western world, still going through today, that women are oppressed. Especially blonde women. Blonde, college-educated women are saying that they're oppressed. Excuse me. The most privileged people in the history of our species, right now and forever, will be blonde, college-educated women, insanely privileged. So it's failed. I don't understand your argument saying she didn't have a chance. You're saying she didn't have a chance because she was garbage. Okay, fine. I guess we agree. I think it's a bit harsh, but there you go. That's what you're saying, not me, mate. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.